If the United Nations Peacekeeping Forces or soldiers are sent today in Southern Cameroon as a neutral soldiers, the Anglophone crisis will end in a very short time. I am pleading with the United Nations to have pity on the people of Southern Cameroon and send in United Nations Peacekeeping Forces. We are not asking them to come in and fight. Let them just go there and be moving around Southern Cameroon. If they move around Southern Cameroon for 6 months, all Amazonia fighter will disappear. All the military of the Cameroon government that are jumping from one place to another, killing one another, will stop. All the atrocity of these criminals that have been sent to DDR center will end. All what Moja is doing will end. All the lies telling that President Pobia and his government have been given to the international community will end, because all will be. Welcome to TFA Talking Point. Please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for your support. If you go deep into the heart of all Southern Cameroonians today, there is one thing that you will see, one desire that you will find in the heart of all, and that is for peace to reign in Southern Cameroon. And this has been our prayer throughout this period, since the Anglophone crisis started in 2016 and turned into an Amazonia crisis in 2017. Our prayer has been for peace to reign. And many people have come up with a lot of ideas, proposals on how to end the Anglophone crisis. And I believe this is one of the fastest ways to end the Anglophone crisis, the killing that is going on in Southern Cameroon, to end the burning down of villages and houses and property in Southern Cameroon, to end the kidnapping, the torturing and the punishment, the calamity that has befallen the people of Southern Cameroon. This is one of the simple ways to do it. And that way is for the United Nations to send peacekeeping forces, soldiers to Southern Cameroon. Not even for them to fight anybody. Let them just go there to Southern Cameroon. The crisis will end automatically. The conflict will end automatically. If the United Nations Peacekeeping Forces or soldiers are sent today in Southern Cameroon as a neutral soldiers, the Anglophone crisis will end in a very short time. Sent to Southern Cameroon as a neutral soldiers means sent not to support the military of the Cameroon government against the Amazonia fighters, or not to support the Amazonia fighters against the military of the Cameroon government, but to come in as a neutral body. The Anglophone crisis will end in a very short time. Because the Anglophone crisis, the strategies used there by the military of the Cameroon government and the Amazonia fighters are all stupid and all against the civilians of Southern Cameroon. And the only people or the only group that can stop the stupidity of the military of the Cameroon government and the stupidity of the Amazonia fighters are people with weapons also. Because these two groups of the people, the military of the Cameroon government and the Amazonia fighter, believe so much in the guns that they are holding, in the war weapons that they are holding. They believe so much in it. And then they believe that the civilians will keep on obeying them. They will keep on intimidating them with those guns. And the only group of people that can stop that stupidity are people with weapons. And the United Nations Peacekeeping Forces stand the best chance, the best place to end this stupidity. And that is what I'm proposing. And I'm standing with this group of Amazonia who table a petition to the European Union calling on them to force the United Nations to send peacekeeping mission or soldiers to Southern Cameroon. And these are the importance of the peacekeeping soldier. If they are sent to Southern Cameroon, they will protect the civilians against kidnapping. All these things that we are hearing today, any minute somebody will just get up and say you are a black leg and you will be arrested and killed, will end. Because to reach the civilians will be very difficult in the present of a peacekeeping mission, United Nations Peacekeeping Mission. Amazonian fighters will not just be running anyhow and entering any quarter or any places at any time. The military of the Cameroon government will not just be running into a civilian and burning their property, burning their houses anyhow. They will think of the presence of the United Nations Peacekeeping Forces. And this will limit their activity. This will reduce their atrocity. This will reduce their arrogance and their stupidity. Because if they do it, they will be arrested. If they do it, they will be exposed. Their evil will be exposed. That is one of the things. The protection of the citizen. All this rampant kidnapping, rampant torturing, killing, and burning down of property will end. Will end. And that is why I am standing with this idea that the United Nations should stop with this attitude of I'm condemning, always condemning when something happens, or with this attitude of sending humanitarian aid. We need to end the Anglophone crisis. We need it to end. Many people have gone bankrupt. Many people have been killed. Villages burnt down. People divided. Thousands of people are living today. They don't know where their relatives are because of a stupid war going on in Southern Cameroon. And the United Nations sit and everything and all that the United Nations can say is I condemn. Condemning cannot end anything. The government have taken the weakness of the United Nations as an advantage and keep on killing the people. The people of Southern Cameroon have been abandoned. And we are today crying and pleading with the United Nations to step in. We keep it with peacekeeping soldiers. If they hold on their own gun, the Amazonian fighter will cool down. The military of the Cameroon government will cool down. And that is what we are praying. If they send a peacekeeping mission, the peacekeeping soldier will prevent fighting. And if they prevent fighting, Southern Cameroonians, the citizens of Southern Cameroon will not be killed around only as they are being killed today. Somebody will not just get up at any time and say you are a black leg and do whatsoever he or she wish to do to you. The fear that has been planted in the heart of Southern Cameroonians will be removed. And they will have the right to talk, to criticize, to give out their own opinion. The fighting will end. The fighting will be prevented by the United Nations Peacekeeping Forces. If they come in today, all this atrocity and this new group that the government of Cameroon has created in the name of DDR Center, and they are killing many people, many Southern Cameroonians, more than the Amazonian fighter and more than the military, will end. All these guys who are on social media pointing people at any time that you are an Amazonian, you are this one, you are that, and the government of Cameroon arresting them and killing them, will end if the United Nations Peacekeeping Mission step in today. If they step in today, all these things that this guy in Buya, this notorious criminal in Buya called Munja Munja is doing, will stop today. If the United Nations Peacekeeping Force will come in, the support that they are gaining from the government of Cameroon will stop. If the United Nations Peacekeeping Force will come today, if they step in today, all this thing will end. It will end. If they step into the United Nations Peacekeeping Forces, step in Southern Cameroon today, they will promote human rights. And then all these human rights violations, where somebody is beheaded, is killed, buried alive, property burned, people punished for selling dreams produced by them. People punished for help in order to have their national identity card killed. Will all end. Students refuse from having their own fundamental rights of individual going to school will end. They will help the citizens. If they come in today, they will help expose the atrocity the calamity that has been going on in Southern Cameroon, and they will expose the evil of the government of Cameroon and the Amazonia. They will expose them all. I am pleading with the United Nations to have pity on the people of Southern Cameroon and send in United Nations Peacekeeping Forces. We are not asking them to come in and fight. Let them just go there and be moving around Southern Cameroon. If they move around Southern Cameroon for 6 months, all Amazonia will fighter will disappear. All the military of the Cameroon government that are jumping from one place to another, killing one another, will stop. All the atrocity of these criminals that have been sent to DDR center will end. All what Moja is doing will end. All the lies telling that President Pobia and his government have been given to the international community will end, because all will be exposed. If you send United Nations Peacekeeping Forces today in Southern Cameroon, all the report that United Nations has given concerning the people of Southern Cameroon, that more than 4 million of them are in need of humanitarian aid, will come to our rescue. We will have food to eat. We will have water to drink. We will stop living in the forest as like animals, men wandering around and searching for wild fruit to eat. We will come back to our home. The military will stop burning down our home. The Amazonia fighter will stop kidnapping us for ransom. Our children will go to school. Business people will keep on working for every day. Not that you get up and you are asking, and first thing you move around looking for whether they have declared lockdown, or you have the right to leave, or you have the right to go out, you have the right to operate your business. All these things will come to an end. I am pleading with the United Nations to intervene, to help the people of Southern Cameroon. We are dying. We are going gradually. And if this thing continues like this, nearly all Southern Cameroonians will disappear, will become refugees, and the burden will keep on increasing. If this is the short and the simple way to end the conflict, why will the United Nations remain quiet up to this point, where more than 8,000 people have been killed, more than 2 million people displaced, and more than 200 and something villages burnt down completely? And you cannot count the number of people that have gone bankrupt below poverty line because of the Anglophone crisis. And the solution is very simple. Just for the United Nations to send peacekeeping mission to Southern Cameroon. One of the people that have been preventing the United Nations from not sending peacekeeping mission to Southern Cameroon is the government of President Pobia. And they are doing it for their selfish interest, because the government of President Pobia is strongly behind the Anglophone crisis or the conflict in Southern Cameroon. Because of the objective of the agenda of President Pobia, he took over power in 1982 with one objective: to assimilate the people of Southern Cameroon. And throughout this period, he has been looking for means and all possible ways in order to prevent international community from entering or intervening or coming into the crisis through always. You quite remember in 2019, there was a lot of issue going on within, and the United Nations, there was during the period about when the United Nations General Assembly was supposed to hold in 2019. And then the Anglophone crisis was already tabled in the United Nations. President Pobia quickly called for a national dialogue, a major national dialogue in that 2019 because of that. And then when he called for that dialogue, all those who were pressurizing the United Nations to intervene in the Anglophone crisis cooled down and said, let us wait for the major national dialogue. And after that, the killing continued, the atrocity continued, the kidnapping continued, everything continued. If you discover that many international communities, like the Red Cross, Humanitarian organization, have been prevented from entering into Southern Cameroon, and President Paul Biya is strongly behind it. You quite remember in 2018, the Commonwealth, a commissioner came to Cameroon, and he came purposely because of the Anglophone crisis. And President Paul Biya explained everything to her in Yaoundé and prevented her from going to the Anglophone region to see for herself what is going on. Until John Fronie left Bamenda, went to Yaoundé and forced that woman. And that woman unwillingly, reluctantly went to Buea, the capital of Southern Cameroon. Just went and entered there with soldiers and Cameroon government officials under their own agenda, and saw only the city of Buea and returned back with a report based on the city of Buea that nothing is going on. The government of Cameroon is able to do it. And today, I am here to tell you that if the United Nations sent peacekeeping mission or soldier to Southern